we done well? We're back again, and we're going to be presenting to you half an hour of muck. Utter muck.
Get it into your veins.
Wall-to-wall muck, I have to say. Looky Moore, it is perishingly hot in that there South End where I live, and I am surviving by sitting in my air-conditioned cabin recording Luke and Peter. So there we go. I just wanted to make you feel guilty and not guilty, jealous. Every time I've done a remote record this week, people have been saying, I'm so hot. And I'm going, I'm actually a bit cold.
I insisted on a morning record because it was going to get too hot to record up here later.
Oh, I see. That's why. I thought you had a golf. I thought you had a garorf.
But I've
Do you know
got
what golf in Japanese is?
What's that?
Garofu.
Is it?
Yeah, garofu. Garofu.
It sounds like you're being racist, but you're not, are you?
So I'm not. It's garofu. That's what I say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have an air conditioning unit for my son's bedroom. And I'm thinking about as soon as the weather turns and it starts to rain or get a bit cooler, I'm going to buy a couple more, I think. But I'm not buying them now because Amazon gouges prices when it's hot.
Fool's errand. Have you tried to buy a paddling pool this year? Sickening. Absolutely sickening. Impossible. I went to 2 toy shops, no doing. I went to B&Q, no doing. I was thinking, God, at this point I'm going to have to make something out of those bricks I just took out of that wall.
Oh dear.
I'll have to make my own paddling pool, but I've got enough on in that area.
So would you not? You can buy them online either, no?
Could bought one online, but it's taking a little while to arrive. So we're just so dry in the garden.
Yeah, I mean, it's frankly astonishing how hot it has been in May, particularly. I mean,
doesn't it always kick off quite hot, and then doesn't it always kick off, and then it gets a bit cooler? We're sort of going, oh, I'm prepared for it now. I'm mentally prepared for the heat. Give us it, but give us it in July. Give us it in August at the Reading Festival.
Well, no, because I mean, ultimately that can't be true because the 2 days that we had in May were the 2 hottest May days ever, weren't they? So they were record-breaking days, you know.
No, but I mean, it's almost like it was hot quite early last time, wasn't it? And then it was kind of it calmed down after a while.
Do you know what was mad? Do you remember the COVID spring was well nice.
Yeah, that was decent. Yeah, sat outside with a cold one.
Because that's when Letitia first lost his mind, didn't it? Because he was like, he was fuming anyway, and he was like, oh, all of a sudden it's really nice weather. Like, and I felt like saying, what? What do you mean by that? Do you mean the government can control the weather? Okay, if they can, then I'm not sure they would just do it to piss people off for no. I mean, what would be the motivation?
Right. Yeah. Oh, because we weren't allowed outside. Yeah. I mean, let's make this even because there's no advantage of us making it nice weather, and also it's the summer. You dickhead. You absolute dickhead.
Also, the one thing I would add is that if you were a government in power. And you'd have to get people to suck up quite a lot of shit news, like you can't leave your house, right? They might probably want to claim that they can make it nice weather in the UK and stick with the Tories because we can make the weather nice. You know, that's quite a convincing argument. They're not just going to do it in secret, are they? It's like that. Do you remember I told you about that guy who my wife kind of tangentially knows, who is like this mad conspiracy theorist?
Right. Yeah, he's in deep.
He's just a really, really deeply strange guy. But his current thing, it always happens around this time of year, is he's massively against sun cream.
Right, okay, yeah.
So for some mad reason, people who disposed to that kind of position, they have a really big distrust of sun cream as a quote population controlling tool, like i.e. the sun cream is what gives you the cancer and that's what keeps the population down,
and and they presumably love cancer treatment, like they can't get enough of it. They're pro cancer treatment.
I don't really know.
I don't know. Well, if they're going to get skin cancer, they're going to have to decide one way or t'other, aren't they? That's amazing, absolutely amazing.
It's just it's one of those ones which is it's quite a lot of mental gymnastics to get to that place.
Yes, it is. I mean, so just to put sunscreen on, what is it? What are they saying it does? It just stops people procreating, or what? Like, I don't know what it is.
I think the sun cream itself causes cancer.
Right. Okay. So that the cancer drugs can be sold to people.
So they think of their kind of like a pharmaceutical industry unplanned. It was the other day he came out of it. Oh, fucking was it Andros Townsend that came out with it a while back?
So Andros Townsend, he's getting there, isn't he? He's getting a little. Yeah. He's gone a bit. His delivery is a little bit like Chicharito's kind of like right wing manosphere stuff. But he had one a couple of weeks ago where he was basically saying the logic kind of works for me, but the result is preposterous. He said. Why do we shade our eyes from the sun that is created by God, but we don't wear sunglasses indoors? Shading our eyes from light that is made by man. And so once you start talking about God and man, you're like, right, okay, well, you're in a space that I don't necessarily believe with anyway. So it's kind of like, well, right, okay, so where are we at here? He basically said that the sun, when the sun hits your retina, your body produces natural sort of melanin to deal with the sun. But if you're wearing sunglasses, your body doesn't know that it's that it needs that. So the logic is like sound, but I presume relatively
but that's filed under the kind of the variant of the conspiracy, which is you can build a quote natural tolerance to it, but no dermatologist will say anything other than any tanning whatsoever is your skin already being damaged, right?
Yeah.
And your skin will thicken over time as a result of that because of the UV exposure you're getting. It doesn't prevent the cumulative damage that causes cancers in your skin, right? And the one thing I would say is I do think there's some evidence to suggest that too much blue light to your eyes, particularly near bedtime, is bad for you and will affect your sleep and therefore damage your health. And so I think, to me, it doesn't feel like they're kind of mutually exclusive. If you want to wear glasses to shield yourself from sort of blue light or indoor kind of lights or whatever, then do so. I mean, plenty of people wear screen protecting glasses when they work on a laptop all day. So, but I just don't think they're kind of related, to be honest. One of the things that when I looked this up a while ago, I mean, this is a fucking classic. Because like a big part of the anti-sunscreen movement is also, surprise, surprise, anti-Semitic.
Right, okay, good
because
stuff,
they basically link it directly to Big Pharma, which they then link incorrectly to, quote, like shadowy elites, and then link that to Jews control the world.
Yeah.
Every single conspiracy theory somewhere or another seems to go back to anti-Semitic behaviour.
Always the Jews, isn't it? Always the Jews. Did you see that the White House last week did a post? I mean, the White House Twitter account is just demented. It's just
even for them, it is bonkers.
A load of just got some fucking temps, just some Nazi QAnon temps just tweeting away. But they posted about Harambe 10 years gone.
Harambe, the White House account.
The White House account.
It is.
You've got UFC on the lawn. You've got the White House account tweeting about the death of the Harambe, a true patriot. And you forget that was like he was really beloved by the old 4chaners and stuff, wasn't he, Harambe?
Yeah, that was a bizarre situation. But I saw the controversy I saw the other day was that the White House official account posted a video with a soundtrack from Boards of Canada.
Right, okay, yeah.
And everyone's like, what record? Sue these fuckers. Like, and I just thought to myself, has some staffer or some temp grabbed a board? Do you know Boards of Canada?
Yeah.
Do you think people want a little kind of a little refresher? Basically,
it's a sort of post-hardcore kind of like Midwest emo-y kind of.
No, that's not Boards of Canada. Boards of Canada.
That's Boards of Canada.
No, it's not. Boards of Canada.
Listen to Boards of Canada. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is.
Are secretive Scottish electronic producers who
that's not what I was thinking about.
I know it isn't.
Carry on.
I know it's not. Do you want a refresher of Boards of Canada? What, Midwest emo? I know it. Yeah.
Who was I thinking of?
Yeah.
The Guano Apes.
Yeah, do you want a refresher on the vegetarian movement? No, loads of steak. I know.
No, loads of steak. Delicious.
Boards of Canada are like secretive Scottish electronic music producers, like pioneers, and they're kind of guys who never do interviews. You never know who they are. They put out one record every fucking 15 years, and every single person who thinks they're better than you just masturbates to them all the time, right?
Yeah.
They're the absolute dictionary definition of the most anti-Donald Trump thing you could ever think of, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, to an extent, as proven by you, you have to really be ahead to know Balls of Canada are. Like it's quite obscure. It's not just grabbing a Bruce Springsteen song, right? And they put a Balls of Canada tune under this White House official video, and obviously, as I said, people kind of lost their minds, and it got me thinking. I wonder, is that like some, as you said, like temp staffer who has done a deal with the devil, is making good coin working for the Trumps, but also loves like really, really well respected, critically acclaimed, like obscure Scottish experimental electronic music, or has someone just grabbed something at random and just chucked it under there?
I almost guaranteed that whatever music was used would have been used elsewhere on a meme. Do you know what I mean? Like,
right, okay.
Remember that? Was it Sky King? Was that a Flamin' Lips song? Sounds like a Flamin' Lips song, or maybe Mercury Rev or something. That music that was used there, that was always used for stuff like that. And so I sort of think that they don't have any art in their soul, do they?
No, it doesn't seem like
staffers. The old staffers.
It doesn't seem like any of them have any kind of like. I mean, it's really hard to think of an. So if you think of a properly extreme right wing, so if you're describing the current like US administration as, you know, probably quite crypto fascistic, but essentially extreme right wing populism. Yeah. It's hard to think of a figure in that area that has got any kind of interest in the arts at all. I mean, I know that like Hitler was, I'm not comparing to Hitler, but as an example, Hitler liked Wagner and he painted. But other than that, he seemed to kind of think of creative arts as like the devil's tool, really, didn't he? Yeah.
They're never, they're never that close to the arts, and you know, you just look at how they don't understand it. They don't understand its mean
because they can't attribute value for it.
Yeah. It's like, you know, Donald Trump and the what's the Kennedy Center, like all that stuff, and like you just sort of like, well, they don't understand it. They don't understand the importance of it. Yeah,
Trump's kind of response to the Kennedy Center was basically, I'm going to name it the Kennedy and Trump Center. Maybe I understand it if I put my name on it. That's just kind of what I do. But the like properly like progressive, overly progressive, strange lefty types. They love the arts and don't care about anything else. So like they'll just do art for the sake of it, right? And have the cliche and stereotype would be they'll have no business acumen whatsoever, right?
Yeah. Have they got a Patreon?
Yeah.
Have they got a Patreon? Has the AMF got a Patreon?
It does confuse people who of that right wing type if they can't put a price on something, doesn't it? That's why you see. I honestly believe this. That's why you see, you know, things like a more kind of obvious example would be like, you know, the Tories cancelling Sure Start, right? Because they're like, well, it's costing loads of money, and we can't really understand where the money's coming back from, and it's all a bit fucking wishy-washy. Oh well, these poor kids, they'll get confidence and better skills, and in the long term, maybe in 15 years' time, you'll see the benefit because they'll have better careers. And they're like, well, I can't put a price on that, so I don't fucking care. So I'm getting rid of that. I'm not ring fencing that.
They work like they got shareholders. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's the price for everything value is nothing, as I always say. But that's what it feels like to me, anyway. Peter, should we do a little bit of stuff from our listeners? So a bit of correspondence, some stories that have been sent in, all that kind of good stuff. Should we do a battery because it's a Thursday?
Let's do a battery. We've not done a battery for a little while. Yeah, we have. We've had a few battery.
What have we got here?
A few batteries plopped in the.
Oh, we got one. We got one. It's more of a kind of more broad email anyway. But it's from Jake, our friend Jake. Hello to you, Jake. He says, "Hi Pete, hi Luke. This is my third battery submission. The first was successful. The second wasn't read out, so presumed unsuccessful." Ruido batteries found in a TV remote in Dublin hotel room. Not particularly confident given the location. We have had many Ruido batteries before, so that's not a new player. But he also asked, do either of you have any sense of how many batteries are now in the battery, Daddy? I smell a project for Bruno. Get on the case with that, Bruno. And then finally, Jake asks about, or kind of talks about poutine, which we talked about, I think, a while back when we were in Canada.
Nice, yeah.
I love poutine. I know you do too. it's difficult to not like it, really.
Well, it's cheese,
chips, gravy, cheese. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jake says I was in Banff a couple of years ago. Do you know where Banff is, Pete?
I'm gonna give that a Google. I'm familiar.
It's in Colorado. It's like a big resort town.
I've been there. Park. I've been to Banff.
No, Canada. Sorry, not Colorado. Canada. Sorry, I don't know why I said Colorado. It's a kind of national park in Canada. You wouldn't be having poutine in Colorado.
No. Why not? It's only over.
Well, it's a Canadian dish, isn't it?
Yeah, but I reckon you could probably secure some.
But Jake said the hotel restaurant in Banff did a breakfast poutine.
Oh, yes, please.
Fried potatoes, chorizo, cheese curd, poached eggs, and hollandaise sauce. Probably the best breakfast I've ever eaten. The photo included looks sensational.
That's 2,000 calories. That just is 2,000 calories, isn't it? Just bang. Efficient.
Get it in me.
Don't let you eat the rest of the day. Get it in you.
I will be eating about 1 p.m.
Ruido is the battery that Jake got in touch
I told you it's
with,
not a new player.
and it's not.
I don't even need to check it, mate.
No, I know. We've had it loads of times. Shall we move on to a message from Jason from Missouri in the USA? Hello, Luke and Pete. Questions for Pete. Rumours of a 2026 Toyota Century were floating around for a bit in 2025. If they did build a new Century, what features would you want it to have? And what features of today's cars would you want it to avoid at all costs? Questions for Luke. Are there any American vehicles that you or the wife have access to, would like to have imported into the UK? Thank you for the great pod. Jason from Missouri, USA. You'd like one of those little robo-taxis, wouldn't you? Popping around.
I've seen
those
them.
ones
I've
that
seen
have
them
cameras that spin around.
Yeah, I've seen them on test drives around near the office.
Have you really?
Yeah. I remember when I got married in the US in 2016, my brother-in-law rented a car, because obviously they came over, and the car they rented, and my fucking God, it was gigantic. It was like driving Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, I mean they've got the parking spaces and the roads to match, I suppose. But like,
I have a problem with the Volvo parking it around here.
Yeah, have you ever seen? If you've ever seen, I've seen one Cybertruck in the UK, and it's apparently some Albanian bloke who drives it around.
They've only really. I didn't even think they were road legal. Do you have to make them road legal?
I think it's something about he managed to get a road legal in Albania, and then it moves. But I'm fairly certain you can't. I think he's not allowed to drive it anymore. I think that's what I read.
Right.
Because it's just too sharp. Like the reason why cars have rounded corners now is because they shouldn't be so sharp. And the ones that are road legal have to have like sort of rubber, sort of protection basically around the.
It's an absolute sure test of being a dickhead buying a fucking Cybertruck.
But like seeing it out of context with all of the other massive cars in America, because you see them all over the place in America now. But and they are kind of like normal big SUV kind of pickup truck sized, Ford Ram kind of size. Yeah. But over here, they just look like a fucking bus. They're absolutely bizarre.
I'm telling you right now. You wouldn't be able to drive one in the neighbourhood of London where I live. You just wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to get down the road. You wouldn't.
You'd have to go at a crawl because you'd just be hitting stuff. You'd be knocking.
And the roads I live on,
off left, right, and centre.
They have cars parked down both sides. You have to wait for the other cars to come through and stuff.
Oh,
There's no way. There's no way. The first time I ever saw a Cybertruck was I was in Cape Cod, and I was in a car park right by the ocean, waiting for someone to turn up so we could go for a walk. And the Cybertruck pulled into the car park. And honestly, I just fucking laughed. I couldn't stop myself laughing out loud. It's preposterous. It looks like a fucking design that would be rejected for the new Blade Runner movie. It's it's a proper kind of retro futuristic fucking cast off of a car.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They reckon that it was back on the Apple II computer. There was a little sort of game that was quite popular where you could design your own car, and the basic design that you get given at the start basically looks exactly like a Cybertruck. And they reckon that
what game was this?
I don't know. It was an Apple II game, Cybertruck. Right. Just type in Cybertruck Apple II game, and they reckon that Elon Musk, being a cyber nerd, probably saw that back in the day, and has ever since wanted a car that looks like a piece of shit.
I was reading a really interesting article this morning about the proposed SpaceX IPO flotation.
Oh right, okay. So it didn't go well.
They're targeting. Well, at the time of recording, it hasn't happened yet, but they're targeting the biggest flotation ever, right? They're looking for like a 1.75 trillion valuation or something. And someone was delving into the into the things that Musk needs to deliver, that he's committed to deliver for him to get paid.
Yeah.
And one of them is 1 million people living on Mars. It's like,
well, that's got, yeah.
I mean, to me, I'm not well versed in this subject, so I'm pretty prepared to tell them I'm out of touch or I'm wrong or whatever. But is he just making stuff up? And people are going, yeah, great, yeah.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, put that on the list.
Because so what has happened is I believe they're floating SpaceX as a space exploration, but also AI company. It's the same thing.
Oh, God, right.
So his AI company is the same company, right? And so it's going to be an AI company that also does rockets and delivery of payloads into space and colonization of other places. And the reason for that is because he is convinced, apparently, the future of AI data centers is going to be in orbit because there's no one to complain about it. There's more space, and they've got a track record, to be fair to them, of delivering payloads up to orbit quite regularly, Starlink and all the rest of it, right? But ahead of their flotation, the big rocket they need to get themselves going, basically a big reusable rocket is a really big part of it, obviously. And I did an episode about reusable rockets on Where's My Jetpack years ago with Sarah Cruddas, which is really interesting, about how one of the biggest barriers to kind of decent space exploration, even kind of near-Earth space exploration, is the fact that no one can really reuse the rockets very often. And that's a big barrier. And so that's what SpaceX are kind of pioneering, and they've been way ahead of everyone else doing it. But the point being that like something like 7 of the last 12 big rocket launches have failed. Yeah. And so they've had to splash in the sea, or they've not got off the launch pad or whatever. So he's staring down the barrel of this. What it looks like to me is he's staring down the barrel of this big flotation, which is really important for various different reasons. And he's just making, but don't worry, because by 2040 we'll have 1 million people living on Mars. It's like, you fucking won't. Like, I mean, that is not going to be possible. I don't know if that'll ever be possible, right? But
does that not enhance his kind of rep by putting these stupid things in there? They're not designed for him to actually ever make them. He's just sort of he's just been a sausage because he thinks that kind of enhances the, you know.
But I just feel like when it comes to flotation of companies, there should be rules. Like, if you're in a private company and you want to get a load of free PR by saying loads of stupid shit, I've not got a problem with that. But you are asking people, by the very nature of flotation, to invest in your company, to make it a big public listed company, right? You have to. I feel like you should have to be living in a world where if you're telling investors to invest in your company, you should be telling them what's actually happening.
Yeah, well, he is, and he's basically giving them options, sort of going, look, this is on my list. This is about the
people are believing in
that I'm going to. Well, I mean, he's an idiot. That's people who are investing in that sort of thing. They shouldn't be, because he's an idiot.
I think at some point the whole edifice crashes at some point, surely.
Yeah, I mean, but again, it's one of those things where people probably don't. What people get, it's like AI itself, isn't it? It's this kind of thing, this nebulous thing that people aren't really extracting that much value out of. Was it Uber? They used a year's worth of tokens that they purchased in AI in about 4 months, and they're not sure they got any much value out of using the AI tokens as a company. And that's Uber, and that's Uber saying that, for crying out loud.
I remember. It might have been when I was doing that series, Where's My Jetpack, talking to people about the people we interviewed and stuff about how on the space exploration, this is quite relevant to the AI thing, I guess, because you could then probably use autonomous, robots or whatever to go up there. It's like a lot of the experts in space exploration, exobiologists, exo fucking whatever, they think that human-led space exploration is a load of fucking ego-led nonsense anyway. Because it's ultimately just PR, because humans are fucking terrible at surviving in space. You have to build so much stuff to get them to survive. They can't deal with distances. They can't deal with high speeds. And in actual fact, what you want to be doing is you want to be sending autonomous vehicles and things like that up there that can send astonishing amounts of data. Now, of course, we are already doing that.
We don't need humans up there,
but we are already doing that. But the point being that there's no point sending a human being to Mars. Unless you genuinely think the Earth is going to blow up or is going to be irredeemable, and you have a desperate need to preserve the human race, that's really the only circumstances in which it's worth it. Because there was this other scientist, I forget his name now, he's like a really controversial Harvard astrophysicist. I interviewed him in for it. He was the guy who was saying that Ouroboros interplanetary item was possibly of alien origin. And they couldn't get a good enough look at it quickly enough because it was basically, it's very rare for an item outside the solar system to come through that close, and it did. And he said, look, it could be alien created, and we need to look at it. And everyone was like, that's bollocks, that'll never happen. The chances of that are fucking infinitesimal. But what he was saying was, his thesis that he published years ago was like, you're far more likely to see technology from alien civilizations than aliens themselves for that exact reason. So you need to look at it
because you said that stuff.
So the idea you're going to put 1 million people on Mars anyway is. It's just for the birds. It's like it's a ridiculous pipe dream. And if people are investing money, large quantities of money on that basis because they believe in the cult of Elon Musk, then they're fucking stupid. It's a fool and their money soon being parted because he has said they're going to have people on Mars, I think from 2020 onwards. And there's nowhere near it yet. Nowhere near it.
No. But he said that, I mean, he can't really, they're still promising, they've been promising a fucking Tesla sports car for like 10 years.
Hyperloop, remember Hyperloop? That was a vibe.
Yeah,
that's not happened, does it?
He put a shitty little tunnel in Vegas, I seem to recall. That was his big thing. But yeah, so he dug a tunnel under Vegas that Teslas could go under.
Oh, well done! With a Crossrail,
just a bit of a joke.
A rare example of Britain actually doing some infrastructure.
Thank you very much. Exactly.
All right, let's get out of here, Peter.
Let's get out of it. We've been the Luke and Pete Show, and we'll be back on Monday for more of this muck. If you would like to say hello, why don't you? Hello at lukeandpeteshow.com is the way to do that. To Jason's question about a 2026 Toyota Century, I would not have any. I would have it mainly made of wood because I find modern cars too much plastic, and I want more dead and dying trees in my cars.
Touching sentiment on which to end.
Exactly. Fare thee well. We're off to Mars.